Banger after banger.
Tony Khan. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about, Tony Khan. This is what I've been missing. This is what I've been wanting. This is what I've been complaining about for so long. This is the AEW that I miss. This is the AEW that keeps me as a fan. This is the type of stuff I like. This is the type of stuff I love. This episode of Dynamite is probably one of the best episodes I've seen in a long time. And all the hype, all the build-up, all to this show. It felt like a pay-per-view. It felt like a pay-per-view show. It felt like a really big show. It delivered, man. It delivered surprises, turns, twists, great matches. Tony Khan, man. Will Washington, whoever's responsible for this. Tony Khan, if you're responsible, you give yourself a raise, give yourself a promotion. If Will Washington, if you're responsible, Tony Khan, you give him a raise, you give him a promotion, give him a statue, give him whatever he wants. Because this episode of Dynamite, this was that one, bro. This was that one. But my name is Big Hero Chris. I'm back at you with your AEW Dynamite review. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell. And man, Don Callis, I've been telling y'all, I have been telling y'all for week after week after week after week, we cannot trust this man. We cannot trust this bald man. And you see what happens. He turned his back on Kenny Omega. I'm assuming he's with the Blackpool Combat Club. I guess, I don't know. During the steel cage match at the end, man, Don Callis, he put the screwdriver to Kenny Omega's head, cost him the match. What does this mean? What is Takeshi know? Is Takeshi a part of this? Is he gonna turn? Is he gonna join the Blackpool Combat Club? We don't know. Is this a part of a big scheme? Is this a part of a grander scheme? We don't know, man. But what I do know is that steel cage match, crazy from start to finish. Even before the bell even rung, you had the Blackpool Combat Club run out and attack Kenny Omega. You had the Elite come out to even the odds. Nick Jackson and Matt Jackson doing flips off the stage. Bryan Danielson laughing maniacally. This was a crazy match. You had glass. You had a steel chair with barbed wire wrapped around it. John Moxley unhooked one of the turnbuckle posts and had it hooked in Kenny Omega's face. I'm like, yo, this is awesome. There was even one spot where Kenny Omega hit a V trigger on John Moxley, knocked him through the steel cage, and I'm like, yo, it doesn't get any crazier than this. And I was wrong because, of course, like I mentioned, you had the Don Callis heel turn. He turned his back on Kenny Omega. This is what I'm talking about. This is the type of stuff that makes you want to see, yo, what happens next week? Don Callis has to explain himself. He has to answer for his crimes. He's going to have to answer to God for this. The God of pro wrestling, that's Kenny Omega. Just when you thought this Blackpool Combat Club Elite feud couldn't get any hotter, we have little twists and turns and great matches along the way. Speaking of great matches, the show kicked off with Claudio Castagnoli taking on Rey Fenix in a double Jeopardy match. And basically what a double Jeopardy match is, Claudio Castagnoli is the Ring of Honor champion. Rey Fenix is one half of the Ring of Honor tag team champions. So if Rey Fenix wins, he gets a shot at Claudio Castagnoli for the Ring of Honor Championship. And if Claudio Castagnoli wins, which he did, he and a partner of his choice will get a Ring of Honor tag team title shot. And this was a good way to kick off Dynamite. I came in a couple minutes late, but it looks like they just started right in at the action. I don't know if these two got entrances. I think they just went straight for the match. Overall great match. Claudio showing off the power, Rey Fenix showing off his speed and his agility and his ability to like walk on ropes and walk on barricades and flips and hurricane ranas. Claudio hitting uppercuts and lifting Rey Fenix and just throwing him like he's a sack of trash. You know what I mean? Overall great match. Claudio Castagnoli wins. He wins, so he's gonna get a tag team title shot. Who is his partner gonna be? You would think it'll be somebody from the Blackpool Combat Club, but you never know, man. Tony Khan, he's got some stuff up his sleeve, so we have no idea who he might pull out of his hat. You know what I'm saying? Pull out from under his sleeve to get that tag team title shot, man. So hey, speaking of stuff that Tony Khan's pulling out of the hat, pulling out of his ass, pulling out of his behind his ear, Miro, where's this man been? Has he been looking for God for real? Miro shows up out of nowhere. Renee Paquette's trying to get a word with him. Miro walks straight to Tony Khan's office. Even later in the show, we see Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa has been out with injuries since last year. She shows up out of nowhere. She makes her way to Tony Khan's office. So later in the night, you have Tony Khan saying, "Hey man, we got all these people showing up. Hey, y'all might want to stay tuned next week because we got a special announcement." So basically, what this was a special announcement announcing the special announcement. Okay. And the streets are saying that it's looking like it's gonna be the announcement of the new AEW show Collision, which is gonna be the Saturday show, which is supposed to have like a soft brand split or a brand split or whatever they got going on. I don't know. We just gotta wait till next week. Some people were thinking CM Punk might pull up next week. I don't know. I just gotta wait and see. We gotta wait and see to see what Tony Khan's got cooking. But yeah, man, things are looking good for AEW with these announcements and surprises. And we also had the announcement of next week, Chris Jericho taking on Roderick Strong in a Falls Count Anywhere match with both Adam Cole and the Jericho Appreciation Society being banned from the building. So, you know, that should be a pretty fun match. Speaking of something that should be a pretty fun match, we had FTR making their way to the ring to address Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal interrupt them, and they're pretty much fighting over the love and affection of Mark Briscoe. They're saying, "Nah, Mark's our friend," and FTR is telling Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, "Listen, y'all are using our boy. This is our friend too. This is Mark Briscoe. This is Jay's little brother, man. You can't be using him. That's pretty much our brother." So then you have Mark Briscoe come out and say, "Listen, at Double or Nothing, it's official. It's going to be Jay Lethal, Jeff Jarrett taking on FTR for the tag team championships." I don't know how Jeff Jarrett is getting all these title opportunities, how he's getting all these shots at the tag team title. I don't know what he knows, what he's seen. He's seen something. He's got some information on Tony Khan. I don't know how this man's able to get all these title opportunities, but he's doing it, man. But it's going to be for the tag team titles, FTR taking on Jay Lethal and Double J, with a special guest referee being Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe being cool with everybody. He's like, "Listen, I'm the peacemaker. Let's drink to this, man." He pours out some shots. Shante just takes a swig, spits it in FTR Ball's face. He's blind. He's swinging at everybody. Mark Briscoe's trying to break up the fight. Accidentally gets pile driven by FTR Bald. So now it's kind of like, yo, what you got going on, bro? So that's adding more, fuel to the fire. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know whose side Mark Briscoe is gonna be on. Is he gonna call it down the middle? Is he gonna lean more towards TNA, Team TNA? Is he gonna lean more towards FTR? Only time will tell. All right, in a battle of a sports entertainer taking on just the coolest dude on the face of the planet, we got Daniel Garcia taking on Orange Cassidy for the International Championship. I think this is like Orange Cassidy's 21st time defending the title. 21 straight times, man, defending the international title is crazy. And they're continuing the story with Orange Cassidy being battered and beaten up and bruised and jacked up. Like every fight he gets into or every match he wrestles, it takes a little bit more out of him. He's just getting more banged up with each match. Daniel Garcia was probably one of the closest people to taking the title from him. There was a couple opportunities he had to actually win the title, but Daniel Garcia, being the sports entertainer that he is, kind of, sports entertaining a little too much. Maybe some people would even say took his eye off the ball, and that ultimately is what cost him the international championship. He could have had it, but Orange Cassidy found a way, man. He made a way out of no way. Still your international champion. But, when you have that title, it creates a big target on your back. And during the trios, after the trios match, between House of Black and the Best Amigos, that being Best Friends and Bandito. They were having their match. Orange Cassidy's watching in the back, and then he gets attacked by Kyle Fletcher of Aussie Open. So it's looking like sometime in the near future, it's gonna be Kyle Fletcher taking on Orange Cassidy in the 22nd straight match. Can Kyle Fletcher be the one? I don't know. Me personally, now that Miro's back, I wouldn't mind seeing Miro be the one that just ultimately is the guy that takes the title from Orange Cassidy. But we'll see. Maybe it's Kyle Fletcher. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be Miro, but we just gotta wait and see. But what we did see, like I mentioned earlier, is the trios match for the trios tag team titles. You had the House of Black taking on the Best Amigos and the House Rules match. And if I remember correctly, I think the rules are there's a 20-second count out. Rope breaks are not allowed. Disqualifications are at the discretion of the opponent. So if you want to call it a disqualification, you can, but you'll have to live with the shame of saying, "Oh, where's a disqualification?" You have to live with that for the rest of your life. The trios can be a team of whoever, and also the final rule is the trio that challenges the House of Black can determine whatever the stipulation is, whatever they want the rules of the match to be. And for this match, they decided that no witches will be allowed to ringside. The witch they're talking about is Julia Hart. We'll get into her match with Anna Jay in a little bit. But yeah, man, this is a pretty cool match, a pretty cool concept. I even like the aesthetic of the arena. So during this match, all the lights were it was pretty much like a pitch black match without the glowing ropes and the glowing stuff and the glowing Mountain Dew. It was a pretty cool aesthetic, a pretty cool visual of this match, made specifically for the House of Black. House of Black wins. They're still your trios tag team champions. Nothing new there. It's gonna be interesting to see which tag teams go to take on the House of Black, and ultimately who can defeat the House of Black. Hey man, they're looking pretty unstoppable. I know one thing, Julia Hart's looking pretty unstoppable as she took on Anna Jay in a no disqualification match. As Julia Hart's making her entrance, Anna Jay, big booty Anna Jay with her. I'm not even gonna get into it. If I speak, I'll be in big trouble. I don't want to be in big trouble. But the match was pretty good though. It was a pretty solid match, pretty solid no disqualification match. There was a whole bunch of chairs, trash cans, a whole bunch of shenanigans going on. Julia Hart won, and these two actually had a pretty decent match. No complaints really. Yeah, man, Julia Hart wins. She went for a superplex. I think she went for a superplex off the top rope, landed on some steel chairs, hit this submission. I forget what she calls it. I think she calls it the Heartbreaker or something like that. Makes Anna Jay tap out. House of Black looking unstoppable, man. Ain't no stopping the House of Black. Anna Jay got a nice ass. You love to see it. You absolutely love to see it. Speaking of things you love to see, Christian Cage cut a promo. He finally cut the promo I've been waiting for. They announced on commentary that Wardlow and Double A Arn Anderson were in the building, so Christian Cage could come up and talk as much shit as he wanted to. He finally cut the promo talking about the fact that Wardlow has a dead father. I've been waiting for weeks for this, and we finally got it. And this crowd did not like Christian at all. They were booing him out of the building and telling him to shut the F up. Christian was just soaking it all in, drinking it all in, being the heel that he is, getting that Dominic Mysterio heat, brother. Yeah, man, Christian Cage is pretty much laid out, man. Arn Anderson, you're a piece of shit. Wardlow, you're a piece of shit. Arn Anderson's a horrible father. He dropped his own son just to come manage Wardlow. I'm like, Christian, man, you villain, you with your turtlenecks and your jacket that Taz does not like for some reason. Yeah, man, just talking big boy stuff because Wardlow was not in the building. Set up for their match, I'm assuming at Double or Nothing. Yeah. Speaking of matches that we're getting in the near future, we have Ricky Starks taking on Jay White next week on Dynamite. I thought this would be a pay-per-view match, but they're doing it next week on Dynamite. It is what it is. Speaking of next week, it's going to be a trios women's match. The Outcast taking on Sheeta, Britt Baker, and Jamie Hayter. So yeah, man, some pretty good stuff going on. So the last thing I want to talk about is throughout the night they had they're building up the main event, building up the four pillars match. They had interviews with each of the different pillars: MJF, Sammy, Darby, Jungle Boy, you know, just giving their perspective. You had people talking on their behalf saying, oh, this is why this person should be the champion. You had Christian talking for Jungle Boy, Chris Jericho talking for Sammy Guevara, Darby Allin's dad, who isn't Sting for whatever reason, I don't know. It's pretty much saying, well, this is why these men should be champion, man. MJF pleading his case. Building up for the main event at Double or Nothing, man. I feel like it'll be a good match. Am I excited for it? A little, kind of, sort of, not really. But the match should be fine. World Heavyweight Championship. It is what it is, man. As far as this show, this episode of Dynamite, one of the best episodes I've seen in a long time. A very long time. I've done a lot of complaining, a lot of whining, a lot of bitching. But it's for moments like these, for shows like these, man. This is what, because AEW has set their bar so high as far as what they can do, as far as presenting television content, and this is what I like to see. Are they gonna hit it out the park every single time? Nah. Are some shows gonna be better than others? Yeah, man, that's just natural. But when we get the good ones, you gotta praise it. You gotta give them the honorary W. AEW definitely deserved this honorary W this week. With that being said, guys, what did you think of this week's episode of Dynamite? I would love to hear your comments in the comment section below. Wait, did I say here? I would love to see your comments in the comment section below, because I can't hear it because you're typing and I read it. Maybe I hear it because I read it in my voice. Anyway, what did you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care. Be easy. I'm out. Peace. Go Knicks.